42. All right, we got to use a graph to solve the equation on the interval from negative pi over 2 to, negative 2 pi to positive 2 pi. So we already have our ends here. We got negative 2 pi, and then we got 2 pi, positive 2 pi. So we got to graph cotangent. Wait, what does this say? Use the graph to solve this equation? Oh, we just have to use the graph. Oh. Okay, so where is cotangent equal to 1? All right, well, so we're just graphing regular cotangent, okay? So if you guys are good, which I believe most of you guys are, we know that for cotangent, we are undefined at 0. We also know the other place cotangent is undefined. Do you guys remember where the other place where cotangent is undefined? Let's see. Let's do our little. Oh, that's a nasty circle. Okay, it's a slightly better circle. What is cotangent of theta equal to? Something over something. Come on. It is. No, flip it. Cosine over sine, which is the same as saying, can I say x over y? Yeah, that's the same. This is cosine or adjacent over opposite or sine, right? Okay, so where is y equal to 0 on this thing?
90 degrees.
Y is equal to 0 right here, right? That's 1 comma 0. And where else? What's the other angle? Where? Right here, right? Because that's negative 1, 0. So these two locations is where y equals 0. So at 0 degrees or at 0 radians and at pi radians, we have an undefined thing happening. So that's, I'm going to put another asymptote right there. And then we just have to keep going pi distances to get our next asymptote. So we know that we have an asymptote right here and we got asymptote right here. Remember, because cotangent, the period is pi, just like tangent. So my graph looks like this. Dot in the middle, dot up here, dot down here, and we go wha-bam, which is opposite of what tangent does. Remember how tangent goes like this, wha-bam, like that. But tangent also isn't right there. Tangent is right here. So anyways, we're at cotangent. So look at this, wha-bam, wha-bam. I'm going a little fast now because I'm getting bored. Bam. What does the y equal for that guy? Do you guys know what this x is right here? Pi over what?
2.
Nah.
4, 5.
Think about it. What is cotangent? Cotangent is x divided by y. Where would x divided by y equal 1? Right here, Fulios, 45 degrees, very good. Or pi over 4, because rad 2 over 2 divided by rad 2 over 2 would equal?
Uno.
Okay, so that means right here, we're at
Uno.
And guess what? We're at uno right there, we're at uno right there, and we're at uno right there. Whoa, look at all those answers. So we got pi over 4 is one of them. What are my other ones? What's this one right here? That must be right here. Because right there, that's where you have negative rad 2 over 2 and negative rad 2 over 2. And if I divide two negatives that are exactly the same, then you also get positive 1. And what is that angle? 5 pi over 4. Oh my goodness, they think. And now we have to go the opposite way. Let's go the opposite way. Let's go this way. What is that? What is that angle? Because we need to know this one right here. What is this angle? It's negative. That's right, it's negative. Good job. What is that? Okay, this would be negative pi over 4. Right here would be negative 2 pi over 4. What would this be? Negative 3 pi over 4. Oh, snap. So what would this one be if I go all the way around? 7 pi over 4, negative. Okay, now if you didn't think of negative 7 pi over 4 right away, just remember this. If you were in a circle and you went all the way around, that would be negative 8 pi over 4, because that has to simplify the negative 2 pi. Copy that?
Yeah.
Copy that. So if you go backwards just a little bit and you stopped right here, that would be negative 7 pi over 4. All right, I hope that was helpful. The graph kind of helps you guys with seeing why we have 4 answers right here. That's why it says use a graph. That was a good question. So the question was, why is it 7 pi over 4, negative 7 pi over 4, and not negative 6 pi over 4? When we're counting by 4s, this is 1. Like just halfway, that's 1. So if I divide this into 4 spaces, this would be negative pi over 4. This would be negative 2 pi over 4. This would be negative 3 pi over 4. And then when we get to here, that would be negative 4 pi over 4, which is 1 pi, right? But we're dividing it into 4s. And so if I divide this into 4s, then we would go wink, 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 wink. Okay, so we got negative 5 pi over 4. All right, we're going this way. And then this is negative 6 pi over, oh, there's negative 6 pi over 4. You see where negative 6 pi over 4 is? It's right up there. And I go one more, that'd be negative 7 pi over 4. So all the way through here, that's negative 7 pi over 4. Nobody brought this up, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. If I go from here to this point, what is the horizontal distance right here from this point to this point? It's pi, right? So because the period is pi for cotangent. So I could have just taken pi over 4 and subtracted pi, and I would have gotten negative 3 pi over 4. And then I subtract pi again, and then I would have gotten negative 7 pi over 4. Ooh, another way to get the answer. You guys like that, huh? Yeah, you like it. You like it.